Hello class 10 students, welcome back to another class of social science with me. And today, we will be continuing with the chapter that we have started in the previous class. Now in the previous class, we started with your chapter 17, that is money and financial system. We started with that topic, and in the last session, we have discussed about the definition of money, what is money. Then we have also discussed about the importance of money. Then we have also discussed about the different kinds of money, and we did up to the credit. Okay, so here today we are going to start with the credit institution. Okay, credit institution. So you can turn your book to page 210. Okay, so credit institution. Now when we say credit institution, okay, now credit institution is grouped into two categories. Okay, it is grouped into two categories. One is called as the formal financial institution, and the second one is called as the informal, okay, financial institution. So those are the two kinds or the two categories of credit institution. Okay, formal and informal, so to say, to make it simpler for you. Okay, so here let's start with the first one, that is the formal. Okay, the formal financial institution. Let's start with that. Okay, now here when we say formal institution or formal financial institution, we are talking about the banks. Got it? The different kinds of banks. Those are called as the formal financial system or institution. Because here talking about this formal, okay? Now this formal financial institution, it refers to those financial institutions whose financial transaction, okay, that is the dealings and all, are governed by rules and regulation. Got it? There will be rules and regulation. So that is the reason why it is called as the formal institution. Because for example, okay, for example, you want to take a loan from the bank. Now, in order to take a loan from the bank, just like that, you cannot go and take it. Okay, you have to fill up lots of rules and regulation. There will be rules and regulation where you have to fill up the form, okay, where you need a guarantor and so on. So all those are sets and regulation. So in a bank, we need those. So those are called as the formal financial institution, okay, where you need or you follow certain set of rules and regulation. Okay, then here those bank that comes under this formal, they are the cooperative bank and the commercial banks. Okay, the cooperative banks and the commercial banks, all of them, they fall under this category. Then you also have this Reserve Bank of India, isn't it? Now this RBI, Reserve Bank of India, it plays a crucial role in the formal institution. Okay, it plays one of the most important role in the formal financial institution. So I hope you are clear with that now. Formal financial institution means where you need to follow a set of rules and regulation. Okay, then in those category, that is in those institutions, we have this commercial, okay, commercial banks and the cooperative bank. Then this Reserve Bank of India, it plays the most important role there. Okay, so those are called as the formal financial institution. Okay, now let's talk about the advantages. What are the advantages of this formal institution? Formal institution means the bank. Okay, now the first advantage is here the if you are to take loan, okay, if you are to take loan from the bank, what happens here is the rate. Okay, here it's written loans from the bank are relatively much cheaper. Okay, they are relatively much cheaper. It is cheaper than the interest rate, because everything you have to pay it back through interest. That is how it is done. Okay, and the interest rate here is, it remains around 2 to 12% per annum. Okay, so it is cheaper and the interest rate is from 8 to 12. That is to do with the advantage. Okay, then the second advantage is the mode of repayment. The mode of repaying back the money, it is very easy. Got it? It is very easy. Easy in the sense why it says it is easy is because we can pay it back in installment. Got it? At one time we don't need to pay the whole amount. Okay, we can do it slowly and slowly. That is, Monday we can pay some back, some money, the next month again some. That is how it can be done. So those are called as installment. Okay, so here the loan repayment is very easy. Okay, then the third one is formal credit save the borrowers from falling into debt trap. Okay, debt trap. That means in the bank, as I've said, the repayment is very easy. So it makes sure, okay, so it makes sure that the borrowers doesn't fall into a trap, because later on we are going to discuss about the informal. Okay, in the informal, it is the problem with the borrower is every time they fall into a trap because they are unable to repay back the whole amount at one time, because that is how it is done in the informal. Okay, but out here in the formal, they can do it in installment, and thus it also helps the borrowers from falling into a trap. Okay, so that is also another advantage. Then the fourth one is many people can borrow cheaply for a variety of different needs. For your needs, we can borrow for any needs. Okay, it can be for any needs, whether you want to say you want to build a house. Okay, you can borrow money. If you want to buy a car also, that is also possible. Okay, so or education loan, all these are possible. So all these are advantages of the formal financial institution. Okay, then coming in short, you can say formal financial institution is cheap and affordable. Got it? In short, you can say it is cheap and affordable. Okay, then coming to this commercial bank, we have discussed that commercial bank is also a part of this formal financial institution, isn't it? So here this commercial bank, these commercial banks, these are very important again, and these are very important especially for the business people. Okay, those who are in business, those who have a shop, those who run shop and so on. This commercial bank, it is very important for them. Okay, because here commercial banks, it plays an important role in the modern economic system. Okay, and in fact modern economic system cannot exist without this commercial bank. Then they promote savings and are the source of credit for the trade. Okay, they give loan to the business people. The business people, after they have set up their shops and so on, after they get a profit and whatnot, they can repay it back. So this is how it functions. And that is why commercial banks are very important, especially for the business people. Okay, so business people means we are talking about those people who have shops, okay, who runs shop or who looks after their shop and so on. Okay, then here what happened is okay, now second one, let's come to this informal. Okay, we will come to the informal. The first one is formal, we have already done that. Now let's come to the informal. Okay, informal financial institution. Now here, when we say informal financial institution, it is informal. Okay, it is informal, and what we meant here is there will not be any rules and regulation. Okay, they don't follow any rules and regulation, and that is the reason why it says it is informal. Okay, it is informal, and here they are not regulated nor controlled, okay, by any authority. They are not regulated nor controlled by any authority, and that is why there is no set of rules and regulation. Okay, so we are talking about the informal institution. Okay, and here regarding this informal institution, under this institution, we have bankers which is called as the indigenous bankers. Okay, indigenous bankers, or it can also be referred as the money lenders. Okay, money lenders. Money lenders, we are talking about those people who lends money on interest. Okay, but the interest will be high. Plus, on top of that, the borrower, okay, the borrower, he has to give something in return. Okay, he has to give a promise, and that is he will give some of his asset, where he makes an agreement with the money lenders saying that if he is unable to pay the money within that stipulated time, then the money lenders, he has the authority or the right to take away that asset. Okay, so all these are called as indigenous bankers. And in this type of institution, the borrowers, okay, the borrowers, they always falls under the debt trap. Okay, they always falls under the trap because they are unable to repay it back. Okay, they are unable to repay it back on time, because once by the time they repay it back, it has to be the full amount. They cannot do it in installment basis. It has to be full, and that is the problem. Okay, that is the problem or the disadvantage of informal financial institution. Okay, then we also have another one which is called as the cheat fund. Okay, cheat fund. Now here, when we say cheat fund, okay, these are generally, or we can say these are essentially saving institution. Saving institution. And here what they do is, okay, you can turn to page 212, okay, here it is written clearly, the members of a cheat fund make a regular periodic subscription to the fund, okay, and the amount collected at a regular interval is given to a member of the fund, and every member have his or her turn. So here when we say cheat fund, okay, cheat fund means for a periodic time. Maybe it can be for every day or maybe every month. Okay, let's say every month. So for every month, let's say the cheat fund, it has 5 members. Okay, so for every month, all of them, they will be contributing 500. Okay, so every month they will be collecting 500. 5 members are there, so for 5 months they will be collecting the money, and what they will do is the money that they have collected, it will be given. Okay, it will be given as a loan to one of its member, and all these 5 members, they will be getting their share in rotation. I hope you got my point. So that is called as cheat fund, okay, where the members periodically, regularly, they will collect some money, and that money will be given to one of its members in order to help him or her out. And every month, okay, every month they will do it in rotation. That is, all the members will be able to get their turn. So that is called as the cheat fund. Okay, then coming to the next topic. The next topic is also somehow like the cheat fund. Okay, and here we call it as the self-help group. Got it? Self-help group. In other words, we also call it as the SHGS, isn't it? And this self-help group, nowadays, it has become very, very important plus very active, especially in the villages, okay? And the reason why this self-help group came into being is because the government, okay? The government, the bankers, they want to help out the poor people. Okay, they want to help out the needy people, and that is the reason why this system, that is the self-help group, have come up. Okay, and it is written clearly that self-help groups for the poor, that is for the needy, those who need it. Okay, and here, okay, what they will do is, here the poor household are still dependent. Why it came into being is they are still dependent on informal institution. We have already discussed about the informal, isn't it? So these poor people, they still depend on the informal institution. And because of that, as we have discussed, they always falls into the trap. Okay, they always falls into a trap. Trap in the sense where they are unable to repay the money back. Okay, they always falls under the trap, and once they are unable to repay the money back, the money lenders, they used to take away their asset. So this was the problem that was being faced by the needy people, the poor people, and that is why, okay, the banks, they decided to come up with this self-help group. Okay, now when you talk about this self-help group, okay, this self-help group, it will be having its own member, okay, and those members, okay, it usually have 15 to 20 members. Okay, all the self-help groups, usually they will be having 15 to 20 members. Okay, and all these members, what they will do is, okay, these members, they will meet regularly, plus many a times they will also be from the same neighborhood, okay, from the same society or from the same neighborhood. So they will meet regularly, and they will save from rupees 25 to 100 or more per member. Okay, so all the members, they will be trying to save up money. It can be 25 or 100, or it depends on the individual, that is the group, okay, the group itself. So what they will do is they will save up the money, okay, and after they have come up with the money, they will give as a loan to any of their members. Got it? They will give out as a loan to any of its members. Or what they can also do is, instead of giving it to the member, the money that they have collected, what they usually does is they will deposit it in the bank. Okay, they will put it in the bank, and their members, the own members, that is the self-help group members, they can take loan from the bank on rotation. Got it? They can take loan from the bank on rotation. And here the bank is ready and willing. The bank will always be ready and willing to give out loan, okay, to give out loan to the self-help group, because what happened here is, this self-help group, they take it as their responsibility. Okay, the whole group did not take the loan, isn't it? Only one of its member. But that member, in order to take loan from the bank, he has to get permission from the group. Okay, the group will give the permission. So that member will take the loan, and in case, okay, in case that member is unable to repay the money, then the responsibility will fall on the group. Got it? The member had taken the loan, and if the member is unable to to repay back the money, then the responsibility of repaying back the money to the bank, it will fall over the self-help group. So the self-help group, they will take up the responsibility of making sure that their member repay back the loan that they have taken from the bank. Okay, so that is one main reason why the banks, they are ready to give out loan. And in this way, okay, the self-help groups, they help the poor borrowers overcome the problems of money. So that is the importance of self-help group. Okay, so I hope you have understood that far. In this chapter, we had already discussed about money. As I've said, we have discussed about the definition of money. What is money? Money is anything that is generally accepted as a medium of exchange, isn't it? Then we have also discussed about the different kinds of money. That is the standard money. Again, the standard money, it has two categories, paper money and coin. Then we have also discussed about the bank money. Then we have also discussed about the near money, isn't it? Then we have also discussed about the two different financial institutions, that is the formal institution and the informal institution. Then we have also discussed about the cheat fund, isn't it? Where this is to do with people, or we can say friends also, where they circulate the money among themselves. Then we have also discussed about the self-help group. So I hope you have understood something from this session. Okay, as always, please keep on reading the textbook. Thank you for tuning in and stay safe.